Y'all, it's officially the time of year where I begin to spiral a lot more than I do throughout our entire school year. Peep that title. Today, I'm going to be talking about my raw, honest thoughts about planning for our upcoming school year. I'm going to be sharing curriculum that we're going to continue using, some thoughts on maybe trying some new things. And if I'm being honest, y'all, I'm going to need help from you guys with all these thoughts that I have been having for the past how many couple of weeks, I don't know, but it's been on my mind for a while. Let's just go ahead and dive into today's video. Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Renee. I'm a homeschooling mama to a 12, a 9, and a 5-year-old. Upcoming year, 7th grade, 5th grade, and a 1st grader. Okay, so I have my notes here. I'm going to be looking down. That's what I'm going to be doing. But I just want to make sure that I speak with you guys about all these thoughts that I have been having for the past couple of weeks while still going through our current homeschool year. Anyway, I want to start off today with what is working, what I do not plan on changing for our upcoming homeschool year. Math. Not changing it. We are doing math. You see, the girls have been doing well with that. We've been really using that since the beginning of our homeschooling journey. Not changing it. It has been really working for everybody. So math, we're good. All right. Next, I want to talk more into like ELA for those who are new. I pull my curriculum from different programs. I don't use it all in one. Now that I got that out there, you guys can see where I'm coming from with these things. With ELA, spelling, I have down. We made a new discovery with spelling. You see, the girls are going very strong and good with that program. I am not going to be changing spelling, so we are good with a spelling program. The next thing I want to speak to you guys about is writing. We have been using IEW. My 6th grader is using Discoveries in Writing. She is going to a co-op and they are going through IEW with Discoveries in Writing. Nothing to complain about with that. I'm loving how that's going, by the way. My 4th grader right now is going through Structure and Style Year 1 Level A online class. And that has been going well with her. So basically what I'm trying to tell you is for IEW, writing, not changing that. We are going to continue sticking with IEW because, yeah, we love IEW in this household. Now, with grammar, I'm trying to make sure I nail in all the ELE. With grammar, we've been using Fix It Grammar. I am not changing Fix It Grammar. They are doing well with that. So again, we got a hit and we're going to stay with Fix It Grammar. Those are the programs that we have been loving and we are going to continue on in our upcoming school year. So I feel good about that. I feel really good about those curriculums. For my son, if you're new here, he is in kindergarten and he will be going to 1st grade next year, y'all. I'm so excited. He is nonverbal. And for him, we have a lot of things going on, a lot of moving parts with trying to figure things out. And for him, it's still pretty much so a work in progress. A lot of things I have nailed in and I feel really confident about. But for the most part, we're still trying to we're still in the journey with him. Y'all, I also was able to, or I can say we as a family were able to create his sensory room. If y'all have not checked out that video, I will link it. Y'all check it out. It really turned out really, really well. And he is enjoying his new space. With that being said, for him, I have a lot of things that I want to discuss further. Basically, I'm going to be sharing that in an upcoming video. And I'm still putting that video together, so stay tuned for that. That's my kindergarten and 1st grader. Now, with my upcoming 7th and my 5th grader. We got to talk about, well, let me ask you guys this. How do you guys feel about, I know I'm kind of like all over the place, but this is what this video is about. What do you guys think about AI and like incorporating AI into your homeschool? I know you can use AI for so many different aspects of your life, but what are your thoughts on AI for homeschool and just like using it for helping you lesson plan, helping you, I don't know, all things homeschool, just asking it different questions to just kind of help you on your journey and just to kind of help clear your mind. Okay, so basically what I'm asking y'all is, what are your thoughts on AI? ChatGPT, I have been getting myself familiarized with more than just homeschooling. But y'all, it's a pretty powerful tool. I have actually been liking it. At this point, I feel like I need to name my ChatGPT because the way that we communicate at this point, okay, so all right. I've been using AI to basically brain dump a lot of my things, and it has helped me organize my thoughts very, very well. Let me give you an example. So I share with you guys math, spelling, grammar, writing, right? But there are other things that, for example, science. Science is going really well this year, but I kind of want to make a little change up for science for next year. And it's a lot of really good science. I kind of almost was like this last year thinking about science, but it actually ended up working out because we did co-op. But I don't know, I guess it depends because I want to talk about outsourcing, but I want to talk about that a little later. But I guess I can kind of talk about it now. I got his thoughts on science where I can kind of have my girls in like synced so we can kind of still do this at the same time. But since I'm having a 7th grader and then I have a 5th grader, I didn't want the levels to not, I want to keep challenging my 7th grader. Of course I want to challenge my 5th grader, but I don't want to introduce my 5th grader to a little too much. And I want to challenge my 7th grader. So my thoughts was I went on chat and I talked about it. I gave it my thoughts, and the suggestion was like, we are putting together a science program where I can get 2 programs and have my younger child do like I don't want to say the basic level of it, but they can do this at the same time. And I just feel like it's structured in a way that I would have not been able to put together myself. And that was a huge relief, because if we do end up deciding to go with how I'm thinking science will go for next year, it already like scheduled it out where they'll sync and we can all like do stuff together, but I can do extra for my 7th grader, if that makes any sense. So 2 different programs, but it's synced it in a way where when my 5th grader is going through something, we can kind of, and my 7th grader, we can kind of still be together in it, but I can still dive deeper with the other curriculum with my 7th grader without burning myself out. Because if I had to sit there, y'all, and put that together, I think I would have like been paralyzed with fear, and I probably would have never done it. So that's just like one of the ways I've used AI for thoughts with our homeschool. And I also, even with my kindergartner with like scheduling how our day would look, because I got extremely overwhelmed with trying to kind of get everybody's schedules where I could still be a person at the end of the night, y'all, because I was like still like trying to do all the things. I chat about like scheduling and my concerns and my thoughts with everybody, and it laid out a schedule that I've been using, and I have been seeing really huge success with that. So like even with my, like I said, my kindergartner, it laid this thing out, y'all. What are y'all thoughts? Basically, I have been loving it, but I would love to hear if you guys incorporate AI into your homeschool, or if you're thinking about it, or how your journey is going with it. Please share that down below. But so far for us, that has really helped me with my planning and just sharing my ideas, and it just bringing it to life without me being super stressed out about certain ideas and curriculum, and just, it helped. Love to hear you guys' thoughts. Please comment that down below. Next thing that I want to talk to you guys about is kind of like a program that more than likely we're going to drop for next year. And I say that with sadness because I actually really like the program, but I don't think it's going to make sense for the upcoming year. For BJU Press, y'all, the online curriculum. BJU is really, really, really a good program. We have enjoyed it through this year. Why would you, like, I know you're asking why then would you drop it if you enjoyed it this much? At the time of this video, and at the time of when I asked the consultant, because I did reach out to the consultant to ask the question, do you have to purchase the literature and the writing together? And for the 7th grade, it seems like you have to. That switched up some things for me, y'all, because BJU is pricey, and I just can't bring myself to purchase. And see, this is, I'm doing the online program. I can't see myself purchasing the literature and the writing when I already have writing IEW. So I will just be purchasing, well, I won't just be, I will be purchasing literature and writing. And I just can't make that make sense to do that when I would just use it for literature, and just writing would just be sitting there. Financially, I just feel like that's a lot, and I just don't think that will be something that would suit us this time, y'all. I say that with so much sadness because we really, really enjoy BJU. But I don't think we're going to have BJU reading comprehension or literature for our upcoming homeschool year. And for my 4th grader, we like that as well, but I had her on that. I had her doing a lot of her work online, and I kind of didn't want that for her moving into next year. So furthermore, with BJU, they're reading and history, because we were using that for heritage studies, both online. BJU is really, really good. It's a really awesome program. But I think for next year, I don't think that's not going to make sense for us. And I'm very sad about that, y'all, because we like BJU. But with that being said, more on like the ELA, since I was using that for our reading. What do you guys think about literature guides? I did ask AI to kind of help me also in that process, or what literature guides would be best. I did kind of explain what I wanted to go for and kind of our style, and just my thoughts on how I want to go by it. How I want it to flow in our homeschool. It did give me some literature guides that I do want to pitch to you guys. If you guys use this, comment down below if it was, not that if it was good, but like kind of like the flow of it. If I'm looking for, I guess the trial of it would be what would flow really well for my 7th grader and my 5th grader. But here are the programs: Seven Sisters Homeschool, Progeny Press, Moving Beyond the Page, and Memoria Press. What do y'all think about literature guides? It seemed like it would be really, really cool. AI did help also like list out some books for them to read. And I guess my dilemma is what will be a good fit for each one of my girls. So, but I guess that's the beauty of trial and error. But I just don't know which one I want to start with. Like, for my 7th grader, should I try Progeny Press? And for my 5th grader, should I do Moving Beyond the Page? Should they both do the same programs for the literature guys? Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of where I am with literature guys though, but they seem like that will be really something that I want to lean further into or lean more into for our upcoming homeschool year. We did use the Good and the Beautiful's language arts for my 4th and my 6th grader. Briefly, like not fully into our homeschool this year, just kind of wanted to try it. And I actually really liked how the flow of it, to be honest. We did not use it for we didn't use the readers because like I said, we had BJU for that. And I kind of, well, you guys know I do different programs. So we used it for grammar. We use it for vocabulary, punctuation, geography, art. We didn't use it for spelling and writing because we have those programs, but that's kind of like the main things that I would have them do in that program. So I don't know how the readers are for it. I've heard, I don't know how true this is, that some people they want to make it a little bit more rigorous. So they would add on to what their child reads throughout the year while they're doing the Good and the Beautiful. If you use the Good and Beautiful like fully, comment down below. Or do you feel like it's good enough to stand on its own, where maybe that's what I purchased and then I just let them do that, and that'll kind of like cut back on trying to figure out so many different moving parts. So that's a thought as well. But we really did enjoy going through, like I said, we didn't use it fully, but just going through what we went through and just having them do some of the things. I really enjoyed the layout and how they took to that program as well. And I used BJU also, y'all, for social studies. My heritage studies for my 4th and my 6th grader. Y'all, let's talk about history. Let's talk about it, because I have been doing some research. Again, BJU, the history, heritage studies, it was really good program. Like I said, for my 4th grader, I didn't want her to continue just doing all of her school on the computer. So I was thinking maybe I can kind of family style this thing for our upcoming homeschool. With that being said, y'all, I'm going to give you guys 4 that I'm debating between. Just kind of going to pitch this idea to you. I'm looking for more of like continue with the family style togetherness when it comes to history, because they've been doing their own separate things with BJU. 6th grader's been doing Heritage Studies 6. My 4th grader's been doing Heritage Studies 4. And I don't know, I kind of want to just bring it together. So the 4 that I have is The Good and the Beautiful, History 1, The Mystery of History, Knotgrass History, America the Beautiful, and Beautiful Feet books. What are your thoughts on all of those programs? I'm trying to figure out what would be better from those 4 that I chose. I guess each has its own different aspect that I have to consider, but those are the 4 that we were thinking about. Well, let me know down below what your guys' thoughts are on those history curriculums. I also want to talk about co-op for next year. The girls have been doing science in co-op, and my 4th grader's been doing art, and my 6th grader's been doing IEW, Discoveries in Writing. Co-op has been a blessing. Whenever the new schedule is released, that's another thing that I will have to consider, because I'm over here worrying about science and history, and I may not have to worry about that again for next year. Co-op has been going really well, and I'm excited to add that in next year. And I'm even thinking about, for my 4th grader, having her do IEW over there as well, and just kind of moving up my 7th grader and continue her in IEW over there. we have been enjoying the online class, but I just feel like she would do really good in the class setting as well. So I feel like I'm gonna just let her do that. And then maybe when they're like, well, I don't know, because I don't know how it will be in a few years with this co-op. Will we stick with co-op for the rest of their schooling years? I don't know. If we do, there's a possibility that they'll just stay in IEW there. But if not, we can always do the online, because the online IEW writing program, that is really, really good. But in the meantime, if I don't want to, or like the timing or something doesn't match up to what we are maybe going through at the time, then I will always have the plans that I have for here. But I do have to consider that they have not thrown out their schedule for next year. So when they do, that would probably more than likely can change some things that I've talked about with you today when it comes to like science and social studies. But I'm praying that they keep the IEW class. Love everything that we have chose. I also really didn't get into like our family subjects, but a good bit of our family subjects we are keeping. Like Latin, keeping. The Biggest Story Bible curriculum, loving that, keeping that. We have poetry memorization, IEW, that's not going anywhere. I'm trying to think of everything that we did in there. The vocabulary books that I've been using, vocabulary cartoons, that's not going anywhere. A good bit of things in that basket is sticking with us for the next school year. Been loving and enjoying our morning basket. Oh, also, we've been doing Australia with trick geography. Trick geography is not going anywhere. That's going to be a staple in our morning basket, keeping that around as well. Whew, I feel like we talked about a lot. You guys got an idea of where I feel like we should be heading for next year. But for the most part, y'all, I think that's pretty much where we are with our planning thus far. We still have a few more weeks before, matter of fact, even school ends and it's on to the next year. So excited for next year. If you guys have stuck with me this long, I appreciate you. Y'all, let me give you a little quick encouragement. If you're staring at a blank piece of paper thus far in your planning process, take a deep breath. Try to your best to remain calm. Give yourself permission to change your mind 47,000 times before your school year starts next year. I should take my own advice, because that is pretty hard, y'all. It can get kind of stressful, but for the most part, give yourself grace. Y'all got this. We got this. So y'all, this has been my brain dump for 2026, 2027. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. And I hope I didn't confuse anybody with my chat. I appreciate you guys. And please, please, please comment down below with any of your ideas, your thoughts, or maybe things that I need to think about that I didn't think about. Please put that down below. I will be checking those. They are very helpful. I appreciate you guys, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.